Welcome to Storytelling. This week's guest shares his story and journey of being diagnosed with cerebral palsy since birth. His disability left him unable to speak until 8 years old. However, in spite of this, he went on to succeed as a former free sport athlete, a teacher, a motivational speaker, a fitness instructor, and a podcaster. He shares his story as an advocate for others with cerebral palsy and to demonstrate that you can achieve anything. Please welcome David Figueroa.
Hello, David, and welcome to the podcast.
Thank you for having me. I'm excited to be on today and sharing my expertise and knowledge with all of you.
David, you had a speech impediment as a child and you started speaking at the age of 8. What did that mean for you as a child growing up?
Well, that meant a lot because it opens a lot of doors for me to communicate. I mean, it wasn't just the speech impediment itself, but I was physically disabled. So by just being able to communicate, it allowed me to show others who I was, trying to find myself, like a sense of identity. Of course, I struggled with that for a very long time until adulthood. And now that I'm able to kind of express myself and kind of give a voice to people that don't have one, it makes a whole lot of a difference.
So you had a challenging time. You mentioned that you had other disabilities as well growing up. Do you want to explain what they are?
So I have a disability called cerebral palsy. It's actually a neurological condition, and it is caused by lack of oxygen to the brain. In my case, I was diagnosed as a spastic quadriplegic, which means I should have been confined to a wheelchair for pretty much my whole life. But due to a lot of support from my parents themselves and just the determination to defy the odds that doctors had placed on me, saying that I wouldn't be able to read, write, walk, do normal things, or live even a normal life, is one of those things that the disability itself teaches you is you have to keep on going. And to kind of briefly explain CP, so cerebral palsy has different degrees of variation. So you have the severe, which is like you're confined to a wheelchair, you rely on technological assistant, and you can't really do things on your own. In my case, I was there. I was at the very, very severe, wasn't supposed to do anything, but I worked my way up to where I'm at now, where I'm capable of doing anything now, physically, intellectually, and it's awesome the power of modern technology and the support of family that you have.
And one of the things that you do, you're also a fitness instructor as well.
Yes, I've been involved in fitness for about 18 years this year, and the reason I got into it was because, of course, the disability itself, being that I used to be very sedentary, and when you have a disability, it's a big no-no. They'll be like, you have to start moving because you can lose muscle, you can end up back in the chair, all these new ailments could happen. I took it upon myself and said, I need to find a way to change my life and for the better. So I kind of took on fitness as an outlet on top of sports that I used to do.
I think that's really amazing and very inspirational as well. David, what would you say, because you've had lots of family support from your parents and also you have a brother as well, what would you say are the main things that they did to help contribute to your success as to where you are now?
I'd say just the fact that they're there and, they encourage me to do anything that I would really enjoy, and they're supportive, and I definitely appreciate them every step of the way. For me, they sacrifice a lot. My parents sacrificed a lot in their lives, and now it's my turn to give back and make those same sacrifices, and not even more, to change the world and to make it a better place.
And how are you helping others? Because you're also a mentor for other young people right now.
I'm helping others through, first and foremost, the podcast itself, just sharing my story on social media, which we're doing now on your podcast. I'm also a youth advocate, which I work for the city in my town, and I help at-risk teens, give them that advice and that encouragement that they can do it. They may come from broken homes, but I always tell them, your environment doesn't necessarily have to define where you go in life. You have the power to change that trajectory to make it better. Same in my case, I could have sat around, still be, sorry for myself for having this disability, not amount to myself or something in life, but I chose not to. I chose to move forward and push beyond that barrier, that label of, oh, he's just a kid with cerebral palsy. No, you're more than capable. You can be whatever. Now today I'm doing the motivational speaking, the podcasting, and helping children do the same by changing their lives and making their lives better.
So everything is possible.
Everything is possible as long as you have the right support system. It doesn't necessarily mean that the environment is just the environment. If the people in their environment are supportive, that's what makes a difference.
David, what would you say is the one key takeaway that you would like someone listening to have from your story?
Just to not give up. Don't mind the naysayers, as they say. Everybody's going to say, voice their opinion or their 2 cents. And the journey really starts with you. If you believe in yourself, you're on your way to being successful. Sure, you might want to do things for family, for friends, for relatives, for your mentor. But at the end of the day, you have to do things for you and do what's best for you.
And what is next for you, David, on your journey?
Well, hopefully continuing on with the motivational speaking. I'm right now working with the city commissioner to hopefully proclaim World Cerebral Palsy Day here in the city of Orlando, where I live here in Florida in the U.S. It's never been done before, so it'll be a big moment for the city, a historic moment for the citizens of Orlando and those with cerebral palsy, which they finally get the recognition that they deserve as far as people knowing what cerebral palsy is, because you hear about mental health, you hear about autism, but you never hear about cerebral palsy, and cerebral palsy is the most common disability, I don't know in the world, but here in the US it is. There's about 700,000 people here that have cerebral palsy, and I feel like it deserves some recognition.
Most definitely. And please let us know when Cerebral Palsy Day will be in Orlando so that we can celebrate alongside with you.
Thank you. I will.
David, I just want to say thank you so much for your time and for sharing your story.
Thank you for having me on. It was a pleasure.
If you would like further details about this week's podcast, then please follow the links in the show notes.